What's up guys, this is Coach Donny from Elevate Yourself. In this video, I'll be reviewing the Mizuno Wave Momentum 2 volleyball shoe. Make sure you check out my last review video where I talked about the Mizuno Wave Momentum 1, where I was pretty happy with the shoe because it had decent traction, very lightweight, and accommodated wide feet. However, the sole felt really stiff, the heel-toe transition was not smooth for jumping, and the lateral movements were not as responsive. Now let's see if there were any improvements for version 2. The Wave Momentum 2 comes in two new colors, white and gray and gold and black. It has a very futuristic design and clean look. First, let's talk about the pros. This shoe is definitely on the lighter side in terms of weight, which is one of my favorite qualities because you don't want to feel like you're playing in large boots, which is what some basketball shoes feel like. I'm actually surprised at how durable this shoe is even though it's lightweight. You can push this shoe pretty hard. The midsole is not as stiff as the first version, and it actually feels like one piece so that the heel-toe transition is much smoother. According to Mizuno, the Mizuno Energy foam is supposed to provide a combination of springiness along with the Mizuno Wave Plate technology that helps disperse energy for stability and cushioning on impact. The upper and toe box are pretty flexible, and you have a lot of cushion around the ankle with a reinforced strap. The upper and tongue are one piece, which maintains that sock-like feel from the first shoe. You also have a very breathable mesh with a generally snug fit for the top half of the shoe, which is even softer than the first version, which is a nice improvement. The insole is stiffer than the average volleyball shoe, so it maintains its shape better. And of course, my favorite part, it is very suitable for wide feet like mine, which gives a lot of extra space in the toe box to move around and allow your toes to spread out. The traction is definitely above average. I've played on dusty floors and was still able to move freely around the floor. It's not going to be as sticky as the ASICS Sky Elite shoe, which is the stickiest shoe I've ever played in, but you're not going to have a lot of problems with the traction. Now, let's talk about the cons of the Wave Momentum 2. You feel very high off the ground because the sole is thicker than the average volleyball shoe. So sometimes lateral movements are not as responsive. Sometimes you feel your foot go past the edge of the sole when you're trying to change direction, which causes a delay in movement. People who have thinner or regular sized feet may find that there's actually too much room in the toe box, where your foot might feel like it's slipping around. The insole may feel too stiff for some people, where the contour of the insole is more rigid instead of taking the shape of your foot. This actually helps you when you're jumping, but it does come at the cost of a little comfort. Even though the shock absorption is pretty good, you can still feel the stiffness of the rubber. So if you like very soft landings, like a typical ASICS volleyball shoe, this may not be the shoe for you because you will feel more impact than usual, especially if you're a heavier athlete. I also wish that the sole of the front part of the shoe was even wider, which would provide a lot more stability when you're moving laterally. The volleyball positions I recommend the Wave Momentum 2s for are outside hitters, opposite hitters, and setters. Because most of your jumping is going to be fairly straightforward and controlled, so you won't feel the effects of that delayed change of direction as much. Plus, this is a jumper's shoe, which is great if you're max jumping all the time. But if you're a middle blocker or libero, you're going to feel too high off the ground or even slightly unstable due to not having a wide enough sole at the front of the shoe. When you're playing middle blocker, you're not always max jumping and you're actually doing more of a quick lateral jump majority of the time. And as a libero, you actually want a thinner sole so you can feel the floor and have a much more responsive shoe that doesn't necessarily have a lot of cushioning. Overall, this is a slightly improved version of the first Wave Momentum volleyball shoe. It feels more springy and intuitive for jumping and sprinting, and more comfortable with a softer and more flexible upper. However, they did not make any improvements with the lateral stability and change of direction, which I was really hoping they would because that would have made this shoe near perfect. In spite of all that, this is still a fantastic volleyball shoe, and I would still put it in my top 5 favorite volleyball shoes in the past 2 years. If you want to get your own Mizuno Wave Momentum 2 volleyball shoe, use my discount code and link in the description box to get 5% off your own volleyball shoes, volleyball gear, and equipment. Let me know what volleyball shoe you would like me to try next in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out all my other shoe review videos right here, and I know you're gonna like this video right here.